So a couple of weeks ago, I found myself in a situation where I needed to change a car battery. My wife had gone to go to work in the morning, went to start the car, and it was completely dead. So I know enough about cars to know that the battery was kaput and we needed to get a new one. So later that day, I took my car out, went down to the local car supply store, asked them for a battery that would fit a Peugeot 208, bought it home, and then I thought, right, now it's time to change the battery. Now the thing is, I'm completely mechanically inept. Even just changing a car battery, I've got no idea how to do it. I opened up the trunk of a car just to see if I could figure out how to do it on my own, and soon realized, I'm going to need some help doing this. So the local garage was probably going to charge about €100 in labor just to switch out the battery, which I figured is like a 15-minute task at max. So I thought, no, Craig, you can do this yourself. You just need a little bit of help. So I opened up YouTube and searched for how to change a car battery in a Peugeot 208. And sure enough, it didn't take that long. I found a really good video, super simple step-by-step guide of how to change the battery in the exact model of car that I was trying to do. And it was a good job I did, because it turns out you had to remove this weird plastic electric panel to get access to the battery, and I would never have figured that out on my own without watching a video. So in the end, thanks to this guy's video, I was able to switch out the battery, install the new one, the car started up, and I was the hero. So you might be asking what this story has got to do with YouTube. So here's the thing, I watched one video by this creator. I'm not subscribed to his channel. I've got no reason to subscribe to his channel. I'm not a petrol head. I don't watch videos about cars. I very rarely need to touch anything under the hood of a car. So all I needed was one concise bit of information to help me overcome one small problem in life, and then I moved on. So I took what I needed and he got one view. And it got me thinking a lot about this type of content, this very specific SEO-based content. So the type of content I'm talking about here is content that is purely information delivery and nothing else. So you're answering just one specific question, you're just showing somebody how to do one specific thing, and the value in that is very finite and is very, very short-lived. So these types of YouTube channels are everywhere, and some of them have grown huge. They generate tons of views by building a library of videos that serve to solve superficial everyday problems. Things like, how do you change a car battery in a Peugeot 208? Somebody out there wants that information, somebody out there needs that information. And channels that answer these superficial questions at scale have grown huge due to YouTube serving them up in search results. But I'm going to call this content out for what it really is, and it is lazy content. You see, just using SEO tools to figure out what people are typing in a search bar and then trying to be the first or the best to appear in the search results when somebody asks that question, it's not rocket science, but don't get me wrong, it's been a valid strategy until now, and it's been a good way to grow a channel. And that's evidenced by people who have built huge followings by just following this formula of rinse and repeat, answer small questions, solve small problems. But I think we're in an era now where this is going to change massively. The way people search for things on the internet is going to be monumentally different over the next couple of years. So of course I'm talking about AI, and whether you love or hate AI, as creators we need to pivot to become relevant in this new AI world. And one of the things that's going to affect creators the most is that AI is going to completely change how people search for answers to simple questions on the internet. So what does this really mean for creators like the YouTube channel that helped me change my wife's car battery? So this is how I think this will look over the next couple of years, if not months. I'll open up an app and I will ask it, how do I change a car battery in a Peugeot 208? Not only will the app be able to answer my question, but it'll also create a visual. It'll create a step-by-step video guide for me to follow. That video is going to be every bit as realistic as the video I watched a few weeks ago, except it's going to be tailored to my specific question. It's going to be made for me. And then if I've got questions or I need some clarification on certain points, I can just ask the app and it'll re-edit the video. It'll change the video on the fly and show me exactly what I need to know. So I think this whole concept of taking a useful piece of information like a how-to or a guide and then repackaging it as a video and publishing it on YouTube is going to be dead. It's going to be dead because AI will just better make that stuff up on the fly. It's already starting to happen with text-based searches on Google. If you type in a relatively simple question, chances are the first result is going to be an AI-generated summary. And just think a couple of steps ahead of that, when people type in a question into Google, it's just going to go away and make a video to present it to you in a visual form. This is going to happen. It's just around the corner. I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing this in 6 months, but certainly within 2 years. So this is happening. This is the way people are going to be searching the internet very soon. So let's ask the question, how do you survive in this AI world? As a creator, how do you survive? And I think the answer is actually pretty simple. Your value needs to be more enticing. You can't settle anymore for just answering someone's search query. You're going to need more than that. You're going to need something to draw them in, to give them a reason to follow you, a reason to want more of your content. And while I strongly believe that traditional SEO content, so answering the easy questions, that's pretty much dead, but that's not the only thing people are using the internet for. So here's the thing. People have two different types of problems in life. Problems they understand and problems they don't. Changing a car battery is an understood problem. I understand the scenario. The car won't start because the battery's dead. The solution is to buy a new battery and switch it out for the old one. I could probably have dug out and read the 300 and something page instruction manual that came with the car and figured out how to do it. But I chose the easier path to search for a video of someone who's already done it that can show me how to do it step by step. But that path's going to become a lot easier, and AI is going to completely dominate that space. And the truth is, it will make it a lot better and a lot faster than you ever could. So where does that leave you as a creator? Well, I'll tell you, stop going after the low-hanging fruit. You're going to lose. My example was a small practical problem. It wasn't even a problem, it was just a knowledge gap that needed to be filled. But as people, as human beings, we also have human problems. Things that we struggle with that we don't necessarily understand, or problems that we don't even know we have. So take this channel here. I try and focus on the struggles that small creators face. Not superficial things like how to create a website or how to add branding to your YouTube channel. These are just simple knowledge gaps that are easy to fill. Instead, I try and tap into emotions and solve problems on a deeper level. Sometimes I'm not even solving a specific problem. We're just exploring a problem space, and I put out my experience and my opinions and my advice, and that gives the viewer things to think about that can help them on a very personal level. So I try and draw on my own learned experience, on my failures, on my successes. And that's the only thing that can make my content unique, because it's me. I'm not just rehashing a how-to style guide. I'm picking problems that are more nuanced, that are more emotional, and trying to help people by giving them my take on things, by giving them my experience. And that's the key to drawing people in, because that's me connecting with you at a much deeper level. So here's the takeaway. Here's what I'm really trying to say. If you're just chasing views and you're making content for the sole purpose of just showing up in those search query results when somebody asks a question, you're going to disappear real quick. So you need now more than ever to start thinking about your audience. Start thinking about how you can connect with them, what drives their emotions, what do they wake up in the morning frustrated about, and more importantly, what have you done in your life, what can you draw on from your own experience that you can connect with them, that they can resonate with you. Because in the world of AI dominance, human connection is going to be your currency. And if you can figure out how to make your content connect with them on a human level, to tap into their emotions rather than just answering a question that they asked in a search bar, I promise you that is the key to surviving social media over the next 2 to 5 years. So close that SEO keyword suggestion tool and just start thinking about your audience. Start thinking about them as people. If that resonates with you at all, then consider subscribing to the channel to get more videos like this, and check out the link in the description where you'll find my newsletter, where you'll get some more updates from me. In the meantime, YouTube reckons you'll like this video next, so go check that out, and I'll see you in the next one.
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road.